Hello, everyone. It's Rock Crin, the Cosmic Boy of the Legion of Superheroes, and I'm coming to you with another video with my opinion on Tom King's Batman. I can tell you, it didn't start that strong. I mean, I did enjoy the Gotham Girl and, Gotham and Gotham Girl story. Like, it was really strong, actually. Batman had to teach Superman how to fight people. That's, and not destroy everything. And, that's basically what it's about. How to fight Killer Croc and how to not kill him, right? And Solomon Grundy, and I don't know. It started out pretty strong, really, and then there was a mini crossover, Night of the Monster Men, which, if you're reading all of your DC comic, it kind of was just kind of natural. That's me. I read them all every month. So this is at the beginning of Rebirth, by the way. I just read every comic that came out because that's what I like to do. I love comic books. I think it's the greatest medium of entertainment on Earth. And of course, all the books were like $2.99. They weren't like gouging anybody. But anyways, so you have Gotham and Gotham Girl, and then Gotham Girl goes insane because of Psycho Pirate, and Gotham explodes because the powers he got were given to him by, I don't know if they ever followed up on that, but some guy gave him Superman level powers, but if he used them, he was going to die, and he died. Gotham Girl, on the other hand, went insane, and Batman took her in and just had Alfred look over her. She's just super sad. And then Night of the Monster Men happens, and it's just like a crossover. I don't know. There were no tie-ins. It's just, you got to read Nightwing, Batman, and Detective. And I was reading all three of those books, so it didn't matter, right? And it was a fun story about these giant monsters. That's fun. That's comic books. That's what they're about. Trying to think what the next story was. I think it's I Am Suicide. Because Batman has to assemble his own Suicide Squad to go to Santa Prisca to get the Psycho Pirate from Bane. Bane has the Psycho Pirate. They're homeboys, right? Psycho Pirate makes Bane feel good every day. Like, keeps his... I know it sounds weird, but Bane's, he's all fucked up. He really is, like, psychologically and physically. And, he keeps the Psycho Pirate as his homeboy because he can make him feel good, like, all the time. Like, psychologically, I don't know about physically, but psychologically, he can make him at least feel good, with the Medusa mask and all that. So Batman gets a cadre of villains, like a Suicide Squad, right, to infiltrate Santa Prisca. The only terrible thing about the book, and I'm not gonna say it's bad. I mean, Batman is a simp at the end when he's talking to Bane, and then Catwoman breaks Bane's back. Catwoman breaks Bane's back. So, I mean, when I read that, I was like, why didn't you just kick his ass, Batman? It's what you do. Batman kicks ass. And then there was the War of Jokes and Riddles. Batman comes home, and he's talking to Catwoman. He's, like, totally in love with Catwoman, Selina. And who wouldn't be? She's a babe. And she's awesome, right? Well, he's talking to her, and he has to recount his worst defeat or something. And we go to the War of Jokes and Riddles, and I can tell you, Mikel Janin killed it on this book. I mean, Deadshot versus Deathstroke. This is one of the greatest fights I've ever seen in the history of comic books. Just amazing. But, people shit on it because none of this stuff makes sense. It's just comic book nonsense. People want to apply like real world logic to it. Not me. I don't care. I just want to see like awesome people doing awesome shit. And, yeah. And Batman and Commissioner Gordon are like, what the fuck are we going to do? Well, I didn't set it up very well, but the Joker has his contingency of people versus the Riddler's contingency of people, all fighting each other over the streets of Gotham. It's, on paper, it's the coolest thing ever, and on the paper it was printed on, it was fucking rad to me. People shit on it all the time, though. I don't know why. I just don't get it. I mean, hundreds of Gothamites die, thousands of Gothamites are dying, and Batman doesn't know what the hell to do. It's like, it's a superpowered gang war. What the hell does one man do? You know what I mean? What can one man do against a superpowered gang war? But then, it's that Deadshot versus Deathstroke, the Terminator. And it's just so badass. And then Batman comes in and he kicks both their asses and beats the shit out of Deadshot. And Deathstroke gets away, of course, because he's the best. But it's like, oh man, this is cool. Yeah, the ending of the story is just dumb. It's not like spawned from some kind of, wokey point of view. It's just a dumb ending. Like, Batman's gonna kill the Joker, right? And maybe he's gonna kill the Riddler, and the Joker gets in the way. I think that might be how it goes. It's just so stupid. But I mean, to get there, like, it's, how they say, like, a journey, the purpose of a journey is not to arrive. I mean, it's the experience of getting there. And that's what this comic book was all about. It's like we got there, and then the ending was kind of, but it's Bruce talking to Selina. I had to tell you this because, I was going to kill the Joker or the Riddler or whatever. One of them. I think I missed a story. I know I did. It's called I Am Bane, and I loved I Am Bane. I absolutely loved it. This is Bane's revenge for Batman and Catwoman doing their thing. And it's just awesome. Like, there's things in it that don't make any sense, but I don't know. It's comic books, right? They're not supposed to make sense. But, Batman tells the boys, Jason, Dick, Tim, and Damian, to get the hell out of town. Because Bane's coming. Like, Bane left a message. Like, I'm coming. I'm destroying your world. Because you fucked me up. I'm coming. I'm wrecking everything. And, the boys don't listen, of course, and they're going to fight Bane, and Batman comes home, and they're all strung up in nooses. They're alive, but, not for long. So he has to save them, and then Stately Wayne Manor blows up, and, it's Bane. Bane's a badass motherfucker, and he didn't like getting fucked with. So Batman and Alfred are trying to, like, strategize, and Batman just goes to, like, Arkham Asylum and hides out there until Bane comes. And I can tell you, it's so good. Like, Bane is just tearing through the villains, right? And it gets to Batman, and every fucking page is a full page spread of Batman kicking the shit out of Bane. It's so awesome. I'm like, this is what comic books are all about. I mean, there's a lot of goofiness and can't like prop them up that good. But I Am Bane was amazing. It's just like, holy shit. Batman's scared of him, puts like everything in his path, and then just kicks his ass on full page spreads. Just, one panel per page. Just, it's so good. It's so brutal. The blood and, And, then we get to, well, everyone's least favorite Batman story. Well, no, it's not mine. Batman announces, well, I don't know if he announced, but no, those stories were good. It's Batman and Superman and Lois and Selina going on like double dates for 2 issues. Short, just a couple issues. And, Lois and Selina are having an awesome time. And the boys are having an awesome time. I mean, those are fun comics. They're very fun comics. Not a lot of superheroics going on, but, there's some. I mean, there's something happening there. And then, The Gift, I think it's just 2-issue, maybe 3-issue story. Booster Gold, who's a time traveler, took Thomas and Martha Wayne and saved them. He showed up in the alley where they died and he saved them. Happy birthday, Bruce Wayne. Your parents aren't dead. And much like Flashpoint, it created an alternate universe where, the Waynes turned out to be not good people. They were predators, and yeah. I thought that was a lot of fun, and like Booster Gold's trying to get his time machine fixed the whole time, and he's like, God, I gotta fix this. And shit that happened to him in that series carried over into his, continuity. It's super cool. I absolutely dig it. But then, this is where things get really bad. I mean, these are some of the worst comics I ever read. And, people were pretty excited for them. And I understand. I mean, the artwork's great. The writing, I don't know. This is just Avengers number 3. New Avengers number 3 by Brian Michael Bendis is the worst comic book I've ever read in my adult life. Batman number 48, 49, 50. Just terrible. I mean, I can understand what he was trying to do. I mean, but the Joker is killing people, right? Batman shows up. Batman gets his ass kicked by the Joker and is lying on the ground for 2.5 issues while the Joker and Catwoman fight. Now, I understand, like, Batman and Catwoman are supposed to get married, right? So she's got to be awesome sometime, right? But the title on the cover is Batman. He's supposed to be awesome. He can't be simpering wimp. You can't have Batman out of action that long. I mean, it's just awful. And you know what? If I was Selina and I saw that, I'd have left him at the altar too. Fuck him. This Batman is a simp. Ugh. And I don't even know what that term means, but I kind of see it online all the time now. But he's not the awesome kick-ass hero he was, in I Am Bane and well, not so much I Am Suicide. Catwoman saved the day in that one. Maybe I am being too kind to Tom King. Maybe he does deserve all the derision and hatred he gets online. I don't hate the guy. I'm not a fan of what he's doing here. Or what he did there. Up to 50. But there are some great books in there. Honestly, I Am Suicide is super cool, but of course, Batman's not awesome at the end. It's Selina. And leading up to their marriage, Batman's unconscious from Joker toxin or something. And, Selina and Joker fight. I don't know. The comic's called Batman. I think he should be the one that kicks ass. I don't know. I just don't know. The heroes do win all the time, so there's heroism and sacrifice and all that stuff I talk about in my other comic book videos. And lots of, I guess I don't really have a problem with it, but I understand why other people do. Batman's the hero, right? He should be the most awesome character in the comic. He should be the one doing all the awesome shit. And I Am Bane, absolutely. That 22-page comic of just him kicking the shit out of Bane. Every page is splash page. It's reminiscent of The Death of Superman. Because every page was a splash page in that book, too. This is by Tony Daniel, though. It just looked amazing. Just saying. And, yeah, our hero was awesome. Like he's supposed to be. It's okay to shine a light on other characters. I know that much. I'm not trying to say, I don't know. But Selina and him, this is what Tom King was building to. And then she left him at the altar and reported to Bane. I'm going to get his hopes up. I'm going to save his life. And it's like Falcon Crest or some shit. I don't know. It's not like, this isn't, I don't know. But yeah, she reported to Bane. To tell Bane, hey, look. And I was just like, and the comic is so flowery with its language. It's got these full pages of Bruce getting ready for the wedding in his suit and Alfred, and it's not like a comic book at this point. It's like this flowery language written. It's not like thought bubbles and speech bubbles. That's what I mean. There's this flowery language about how he's so in love, and then her getting in her black wedding dress, and there's, I think a lot of people were upset that there was no payoff because, and I get it. It's Batman number 50. This is the big, and of course, if you've been reading comics your whole life, you understand this isn't the 50th issue of Batman ever. But with the relaunch at Rebirth, they relaunched it at number 1. Detective Comics, on the other hand, is in the high 900s. And it's going to get close to 1,000. And at this point. And Detective, written by Tynion, is a Batman team book. And it's awesome. I love it. Every month. It's just good. And you get to know the characters and I don't know. Like Clayface becomes the hero. He's just, he just wanted to be an actor. That's all he ever wanted to be. And then, some terrible shit happened to him and turned him into a monster. What do monsters do? They rob banks. And why did he rob banks? Because he wanted to make enough money to turn him back into a person. But no one can do it. There's no science out there that knows how to fix him. And he joins up with Batman. He's like, you know what? Maybe I've been wrong all this time. Detective was great. A great team. We had the death of Tim Drake in that comic. Now, of course, he wasn't really dead. He'd been taken off the board. I tell you, man, if DC Rebirth was amazing until Metal. And I'm not saying Metal was bad. Metal was awesome. It was a fucking awesome comic book. But it stopped the rebirth. They went from hopeful and heroic and hopeful and heart and all that to, like Deadpool says, what are you, from the DC universe? You're so dark. To Cable in Deadpool 2. And that's what they did. Like, Metal brought back the darkness. And I'm just like, why? Everything was so rad. Every comic book was so much fun. And there was individual darkness, but not the whole universe. Metal brought the whole universe to darkness. And it sucks to me. I just don't like it. I was so happy when Rebirth hit. I mean, I love the New 52 too. That didn't start with much hope. But 6 years in a human's life might change their outlook on how they read comic books. Oh man, we've gotten really long on this one. Anyways, Tom King's Batman up through at least number 50 there was high points and it ended at a very low point. And, the public, look at that. They decried. Like, they were like, fuck this. Fuck Tom King's Batman. Fuck Tom King. Fuck everything he does. And, I'm not going to say they were wrong. Everyone has a right to be disappointed. And everyone nowadays has the right to put that online. And a lot of, I'm not the only YouTube creator out here. But I will say, like, 46 or 47 issues of Tom King's Batman were pretty damn good. Not great, pretty damn good. It's just those three leading up to the wedding and the wedding issue. Those are terrible. Terrible, terrible comics. And, well, no, I did read after that. I did. There was a Mr. Freeze story that I think was really good. Bruce Wayne was called to be on the jury box on a Mr. Freeze trial. And Batman found out, Bruce is Batman, but he took his time to exonerate Mr. Freeze. It was really cool. And this is the kind of stuff Batman should get up to. Even though he hates Mr. Freeze, and Mr. Freeze does belong in a prison somewhere, he didn't do the crime, so he shouldn't be, you know. I don't know. Tom King's Batman is Tom King's Batman. It's going to live or die in the memories of people. I mean, it's over now. I mean, he got to go to 85. I'm a bit behind. I don't know if it got better. I don't know if... that Mr. Freeze story was awesome. So I know that was good. A sad Batman, though. Sad about his parents? Yes. Sad about Catwoman? I think that was another part of it, too. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking back to the old days of Batman comics, but somebody said, you know, Bruce has to stay, like, driven. If he's happy, Gotham's going to go to shit, you know? He'll never win his war if he's happy. I think it's in that book. I think it's honestly in Batman number 50. And yeah, they want him to stay driven. Not happy. Oh yeah, there's also the Button, which is such a fun story. But, you know, that's like Batman number 15 or something. That's a long time ago. In Rebirth, DC Universe Rebirth number 1, Batman finds a smiley face button with blood on it in the Batcave. And, you know, nothing happens with that until the story The Button. And you find out that him and Barry Allen, the Flash, who's a forensic pathologist, they studied that thing, and they couldn't find nothing. So, you know, Batman's got it in his lair, and this is after I Am Suicide, because he had the Medusa mask. And he kind of just flips the button over by the Medusa mask, and shit happens, right? He sees a vision of his father as Batman from the Flashpoint universe. I know I'm getting deep into weird nerd shit here. But yeah, the Button was so much fun for me. Just like, this is what comic books should be. This is how they're supposed to be. Yeah, this weird electricity strikes Batman, and he sees a vision of his father from another universe. And he's like, oh, wow, man. And then the Reverse Flash shows up for no reason that I can tell. Oh, well, no. Here's the first thing that happens. Bruce calls Barry and says, something weird happened with that button. Get over here. And he's like, I'm in the middle of a fight with ninjas. I'll be there in a minute. Okay. You know, Batman's like, cool. And then he sees a flash of lightning. And he's like, well, that was fast. You know? And it's the Reverse Flash. I don't know how he found the Batcave. I don't know why he came to beat up Batman. But god damn, he beats the shit out of Batman. You know, this is a speedster. Like, super fast, evil speedster. Who's a total nihilist and total piece of shit. Comes to beat up Batman. And it's so awesome because they count down the seconds, right? Like Barry said, it'd take a minute. Batman gets his ass kicked, almost killed. He gets, like, you know, the Reverse Flash runs away and, like, looks at the note that Thomas Wayne wrote to Bruce from the Flashpoint universe. And he's like, oh, isn't this nice? And he rips it into a million pieces just to be a jerk, because he's a jerk. The Reverse Flash is a jerk. Well, anyways, Batman, like, stabs him in the foot with a batarang and pins him to the ground. And, you know, then he gets a couple good licks in. And then he, you know, well, Reverse Flash just, like, vibrates out of there. And then kicks Batman's ass. And then he finds the button. And he's like, what are you? And then he takes off into the wherever. You don't know. And this is all happening in less than 1 minute, right? This is all happening in, very quick time. And the Reverse Flash shows back up in Batcave, and he's fucking dead. Like, half of his body's melted off. Like, he's a skeleton on one half of his body, and the other half is like his face is like frightened, what you can see of it. And Barry shows up right then. Batman's laying on the ground, beat the fuck up, and Barry Allen shows up. Like, oh. The Button is just like 4 issues of... And here's another thing. DC did another little event, right? Like Night of the Monster Men, where you didn't have to buy anything extra. You had to read Batman and the Flash. That's it. You got it all if you bought Batman and the Flash. And I was reading Batman and the Flash. I'm not a big Barry Allen fan. I'm a Wally West fan, and everybody who knows me knows that. But, you don't get much Wally West. Since Barry destroyed the universe and all that. But anyways, that's a story for another day. Wally is alive in this universe. There was a very emotional scene at the end of DC Universe Rebirth between Barry and Wally. It's fucking awesome. I love it. And it was the hope, Wow, we got this awesome character back. Finally. And, well, he didn't get to be awesome for very long. But, again, that's another story. I don't know where I was going with this. 32 minutes of comic book news. Well, it's not news. It's just Tom King's Batman. And how... well, I guess it's not my stories, but I can tell a winding tale. Yeah, so the Button, I'm not going to, tell you the whole story because I want you to read it. Go, get on Comixology and find the Button. Go to DC Universe, DC Universe has the Button. If you're a subscriber on DC Universe, you can read the Button. You can read Tom King's Batman. You can read Joshua Williamson's Flash. Joshua Williamson's Flash is fucking awesome. I'm not a big Barry Allen fan, but he's all I've gotten since 2011 when they, completely forgot about Wally West, who was the Flash since 1987. That's a hard one. This has been a very hard pill to swallow. The way they treated Wally, because I read every issue of The Flash from 1987 to 2011. I owned them all. I had every fucking issue. I love that character. But, whatever. It's neither here nor there. He's not, of course. Rock Kryn, the Cosmic Boy of the Legion of Superheroes. That's my favorite superhero. Any RPG that let me name my character, I always name him Rock or Rock Kryn if I have enough spots. If I have enough characters so I can put the whole name. And my gamer tag is Rock72, and my Google account is Rock72, and yeah, I love this guy. Rock Kryn is my favorite superhero. He's the Cosmic Boy of the Legion of Superheroes, and he's a founding member of that team. He's Magneto. 10 years or so before Stan Lee wrote Magneto, he's a guy with those powers. That's all I'm saying. He's a guy with the same powers, but he's a hero, not a villain. And just an awesome character. I mean, you'd have to read the books. I mean, And you can go on, like, Comixology, grab Legion of Superheroes, get, like, the Great Darkness Saga. You'll see. You'll see how awesome this guy is. Read Giffen's 1989 run. Like, Keith Giffen and Al Gordon and the Tom and Mary Bierbong. That's my all-time favorite comic book, I think. I've read every issue from 1 to 191 or 89. It's hard to remember. But yeah, comic books, me. Go figure. Ugh. But yeah, Tom King's Batman, like, what I read of it wasn't totally horrendous. And a lot of people want to shit over the whole run. I'm not one of them. I thought I Am Suicide was great, until, Batman can't beat Bane. But it kind of works because the next series, I Am Bane, Batman kicks the fucking shit out of Bane. It's like, it's hard to understand. I mean, anyhow, I think this might be time to wrap this video up. It's been way too long. I don't think anyone's going to watch this, but if you do, thank you. And again, if you like this content, hit the like button. If you want more of it, hit the subscribe button and hit that bell for notifications. I keep forgetting to say that at the end of my videos. Hit that bell. And, because I'm posting like 3 or 4 videos every day. So, they all look like this. So maybe, what would you call it? Consistency? Maybe consistency saves the day. Like, all my videos look basically like this. It's like, oh, hey, look, it's that line on the ground on a cement asphalt street, whatever. Hey, it's that again. But there's new content every day, 3 times a day. I hope, I'm trying to. I know the other day I only put up 1 video, but I'm trying to put up more every day. And, yeah. Thank you for watching. Fragaboom!